in most cases, how to be able to run faster and longer really is about longevity. It's about aging, and it's about being patient with your training. It's not an easy process to run fast. It's an art form to run fast over a long period of time, rather than just going out and jogging easy. Just about anybody can go out and run or jog easy for several minutes or several hours even. But it's an art form to run fast. It truly is. Your ability to clear lactic acid effectively and to continue to race and continue to run at fast paces, and more importantly, over a longer buildup, as I always preach, a longer buildup is going to prepare you better than a shorter buildup. You're going to allow enough time for your body to adapt to what you're throwing at it, and you'll be able to gradually see your paces per mile, paces per kilometer getting faster over time. That's a good feeling when you're not struggling as much and you're running faster splits, and the paces that previously were a challenge to you is no longer a challenge anymore. And I think the question of how to be able to run faster and longer really comes down to your persistence level. How badly do you want success? What is your why? What is your reasoning for getting out the door each day on a consistent basis? Is it to qualify for the Boston Marathon? Is it to earn an Olympic trials qualifying standard in the 10,000 meters on the track or on the roads? Are you trying to qualify for the Olympic trials in the marathon? Are you trying to set a new personal best? A lot of athletes, we all have different goals in mind. There's masters runners out there that are training for the World Masters Marathon Championships. You have to run specific time standards in order to do that. So in order to, in terms of how to be able to run faster and longer, it's about improving your body's lactate tolerance, your ability to clear lactic acid faster than it's building up. And in most cases, you're not going to be able to do that effectively if you're not sprinkling in enough anaerobic training into your training, but also learning how to run for very long distances, for long periods of time at easier paces. So you're burning fat more efficiently. Okay, a lot of times athletes will hit the so-called wall. Okay, you don't have to hit a wall in a marathon, okay, or in a race in general if you've trained properly. Okay, you usually hit a wall in most cases if you went out way too fast in the race, you went way too anaerobic, and the hydrogen ion component of lactic acid is really what temporarily shuts down muscle functioning in the body. So we drastically get slower if we went out way too aggressive, and obviously just the buildup of more inflammation as you run faster, the higher oxygen demands on the body, dehydration. You could be, when you run extremely low in terms of fluids, in terms of calories. If you're not taking enough calories in these longer races, that can really affect your ability to run faster and longer over your chosen distance. Proper pacing, if you're, like I mentioned, if you go out way too anaerobic in even in training, if you're doing repeat 400s and the plan was to go out and run repeat 400s in a minute and 30 seconds, and you do, say your plan is to do 20, and you did the first 10 at a minute and 19 seconds per rep, you're going to have a very hard time holding that goal of 130 in the second 10 400 meter reps. So again, it's about proper energy expenditure in training, but also in the race. And if you're doing enough training at paces that are significantly faster than goal race pace, your ability to run faster and longer at your chosen race pace is going to definitely be enhanced, because again, you're recruiting more fast twitch muscle fibers. Your ability to sustain goal race pace for a longer period of time and is definitely going to be improved upon. And making sure that you're paying attention to the things that world-class runners do, okay? National class, world-class runners. At my peak, when I ran 2:19 for the marathon, 1:07 for the half, 50:54 for 10 miles, I was always thinking about what are some of the things that my competition's not really focusing on, okay? Are they running a higher percentage of their weekly volume faster than I am? If that's the case, I need to change up my strategy. If I'm running too much of my volume too easily, then maybe that's a reason why I'm not able to run faster and longer in my race. Maybe I'm running too much of my weekly mileage too slow, and I need to adjust that. Maybe I'm running too much of my mileage too fast, and I need to back off so I can recover and really get the benefits of all my hard training. So you have to think strategically. Okay, a lot of times it's very difficult for motivated runners to slow down. Okay, if you have an easy day, make sure you're jogging on recovery days. You can't continue to push the body hard and really get high returns on your investment, because again, the real benefits of our hard training happen during the rest cycle. So the hard training you're doing today, the benefits of the hard training you're doing today is really going to occur several weeks from now. So be very patient with your buildup. If you're struggling right now to do a 4-mile tempo run at 8-minute mile pace, okay, give yourself about 3 weeks to a month. Continue to stay consistent. Do that every single week. And I promise you, in about a month from now, that 8-minute mile pace for that 4-mile tempo is not going to be as much of a struggle for you. Okay, be patient. The problem with a lot of athletes, especially if you're highly motivated and driven, is impatience. We want results now. We don't want results we don't want to wait. We don't necessarily always believe in delayed gratification. So in terms of how to be able to run faster and longer, is be patient. Okay, don't dwell on past performances. Don't get bent out of shape if you have some bad races or you have a few bad workouts. It's part of the process. You're trying to run fast. Okay, again, running fast is an art form, and it's not you achieve the ability to run faster and longer by consistent action over a long period of time. In most cases, for most athletes, it most of the time takes an athlete about a full year, like a 12-month block of training, and not like a continual 12-month block of training. There are little breaks along the way, but I think in most cases, athletes, whether you're in your 20s, your 40s like me, or 50s or 60s, in most cases, you get the biggest benefit off of a long buildup where you have plenty of time to adapt to the hard training you're throwing at yourself. So in order to run, faster and longer, focus on doing faster reps throughout your buildup, and that can be repeat 800s on the track or repeat 200s. Doing fartlek workouts on the roads where you're running like 20 minutes of 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy. That's 40 minutes of running, but really alternating, sprinting or doing sprint type fartlek workouts where you're doing like maybe 20 times 30 second reps where you're sprinting for 30 seconds, you're jogging for 30 seconds, or jogging for 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Adjust the training so you're experimenting, really working on acceleration drills where, again, you're going to train your body, you're going to train your mind, you're going to train your body to react to the types of surges that are more than likely going to occur when you're racing athletes on the track or you're racing athletes on the roads that are either better than you, equivalent to your capability, or slower. I mean, it's just, again, every athlete has different capacities. So you have to train at different paces so that you're able to get your goal race pace to feel more relaxed. You're able to sustain that race pace for a longer period of time and not slow down. Okay. So again, even if you're in training, also practice patience with your pacing. Okay. Practice staying relaxed. The less tense you are, both mentally and physically, the better your performance is going to be. So I always practice that, even at my peak. Prior to running my fastest times on the track and on the roads, I was always in a relaxed state. Even when I ran 14:18 for 5K on the roads in Denver, Colorado, Kenny Foster and Kenny beat me, ran 14:16. Kenny's a really strong, much stronger athlete than I was. Kenny ran 29:27 for 10,000 on the track, 105 for a half marathon, 219. What was his PR? 219, like around 219:40 for the marathon on the same course I ran 219:35 on. Kenny was extremely tough, very fast, and but even prior to the start of that race, we were just we had done the work, we had done the training, we'd done the work and training. So always make training the most difficult part. Don't make the race be a stressful situation for you. Okay, if you've trained well, if you challenge yourself in training, the race itself is a celebration of all your hard work. Go out there and put yourself to the test and see what you can do. So I hope this video is helpful for all of you that are trying to learning how to run faster, longer, and I want you thinking about these types of tactics and strategies to really get yourself to the next level in your upcoming races. And I wish you all the best in your training and in your upcoming races. Feel free to leave me a comment below if you have any other thoughts or anything that's on your mind. I'll definitely respond back to you. Check out the resources on RunDreamAchieve.com or below these videos. Thank you so much to all my current subscribers and my new subscribers that watch my videos. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. So I'll talk to you guys and gals all in the next video.